On this week's episode of PhonePod, Jake and I talk about the effective power message bug that is crashing iOS and Apple devices in general everywhere. I also share my experiences with the Apple Watch now that I have finally received mine, and we also talk about tons of details related to iOS 9. School is finally over for this year.
Yep, it's finally over, and it's finally over for basically everybody else, too.
Yeah, I know.
So,
oh gosh, this year went by so fast.
For sure.
What's also crazy is that WWDC is in a week.
Is it really that close?
Yeah, it's Monday the 8th, so yeah, 7 days from today.
Wow.
Oh, I'm so excited. That'll be a busy day.
Yeah, there's a couple events coming up, and then we got E3, too. I'm so excited. I always get so excited for E3. But, yeah. We're about to hit Apple's best conference that they always have every year, so...
Sure.
I'm excited to see what they have this year.
Yeah, I know. There's going to be a lot of details about iOS 9, I'm sure, and new versions of OS 10. So it's going to be great, and we'll talk about that more in depth a little bit later in the show. But let's talk about Apple Watch first, because we have actually not done a podcast since I got my Apple Watch.
No, we haven't.
So the last you heard was a sad, depressed Sam because no one loved him. That Sam is gone and never to be back again until the Apple Watch 2 shortage when that comes out. The Apple Watch is awesome. I'm going to leave it at that. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's an extension to your iPhone, so you basically need your iPhone to do everything. But it is cool after you walk or run a few times with just your watch and your phone. You can just go out from then on out with just the watch, which is super cool.
So why do you need to do it a couple times?
It's supposed to calibrate it with your stride, so it needs the iPhone's GPS to calculate how far you're actually traveling to your step count.
And it uses both the watch and the phone to calculate that?
Yep, because the watch doesn't have GPS. So it's like if you're doing a GPS, it knows how many miles your car's traveling, but then the car travels at a different speed. So if it was just the watch, I mean, it can't be like a set 2.3 steps every 1.2 seconds or something.
Right.
You'd have to figure it out. So it makes sense, but it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's really cool. Running with just the Apple Watch is amazing. The UI is beautiful.
Because I know that Sam runs a lot, guys, and I knew that you would use that feature.
Yeah, it's so cool. The workout app isn't perfect by any means yet, so it's not the best experience. But watchOS 1.0.1, which came out about 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. It made it a lot better. The tracking is definitely improved. How much? I don't know yet, but it's getting better. It's a first-gen product. It's not perfect. Super cool to be able to do phone calls and respond to text on the watch. It's amazing. I just left my phone somewhere and somebody sent me a text. I just used dictation and replied to it.
And we've been spending some time at a service project with Sam, so we got to see him use it in everyday use. So, and I mean, it did everything. You did everything with it that I expected, and it was cool to see it.
Yeah, for sure. That's always it's a conversation starter. If you're just standing waiting in line somewhere, somebody might notice, hey, wait, is that
the Apple Watch?
I'm like, oh, yeah. I think that's happened. I mean, I was just at the service project, and one person came up to me.
Computer watch.
Yeah. So one of the older people was like, is that one of those computer watches? I was like, oh, yeah, yep, it's one of those, 100%. So that was funny.
Yeah.
But it is cool, and I'll have a review out hopefully in the next week or two. I want to get it out before WWDC, but I'm going to be super busy with a lot of stuff. So hopefully it'll be out soon.
Can't wait to see it.
Thanks.
Yeah, this week's going to be busy, too. I'm just waiting for the first non-busy week.
I'm waiting for the summer lull, that middle point where there's just nothing going on.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna like that a lot more this year because I'll have a job, so I won't get bored. So that'll be the best time. Is that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But yeah, yeah. So that's pretty awesome. So, Sam, we've all gotten the message.
Oh my gosh. Effective power bug on the Messages app exclusively on the iPhone or iOS and Apple. Mm-hmm. How many texts did you get about this? Like 2, 3, 4?
I think 3.
Gosh, I'm just trying to just do stuff. Hey, crashed your device. I love Twitter.
I bet there's other people that did it so much more. Apparently, this has been around for a while too, and just now surfaced to a popular level as big as this.
Oh yeah, when you get one of those, like I don't even know how
like
these
a famous person on Twitter, maybe like posting it, then that's where it goes. That's where it takes off.
Yeah, or even like Uber Facts, I'm sure would tweet out, send this text to crash your friend's iPhone, and it's like from there it just skyrockets.
Right. Yeah.
So that's fantastic. This thing is super annoying. Luckily, Apple said that there's going to be a fix for it in an upcoming software update. So I'm assuming that's going to be iOS 8.4, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But at this point, I don't think there's going to be an iOS 8.3.1.
Yeah, and this thing can be... It's what's interesting to me about it, this message crashing message... sorry. You know, the message bug... is that it crashed the springboard for me. And so since I was jailbroken, it went into safe mode. So I found that really interesting that, like, this is the first thing I've ever seen on generic iOS that crashes the springboard. Like, that's usually, it'll go to reboot or just, you know, freeze. Like, crashing the springboard is like a... like last resort for iOS that is never used in the generic iOS without modification.
Mm-mm.
So that was interesting to me how the springboard was crashing. But also, people have had it way worse, like with their message app crashing and not being able to open it. Yeah, I know there's a fix and everything. But yeah, or the worst case scenario, your phone not being able to boot or so. I don't believe that one, but you know.
Yeah, I think that one wasn't an issue, but yeah, there were definitely instances where people couldn't open the Messages app, and one of the workarounds was you had to ask Siri to read your messages and mark them as read.
See, Siri was smarter than iOS, so she read the message.
Exactly. But
that's
I think
how it works.
I heard the way that the bug works. So I think I read up on it a little bit, so I didn't just make a video like, oh, this is a bug, use this to crash your friend's phone. No, it was like the notification shortens the text, because if you're actually just in the Messages app, it won't crash.
No, it has a slight chance to, but yeah, it's mostly, guys, with the banner. When the banner appears with the message, and I think, as I read it, it tries to repeat. It continues to repeat to try to display it, and it just crashes because it's trying to do it in so many instances.
Yeah, it's all in the banner, which is weird. I wouldn't have expected that.
I know, me either.
So that's interesting. Hopefully there will be a software real fix out for that soon. I even know that there are some Cydia tweaks that fix it already, which is always cool when the jailbreak community fixes something before Apple.
Yeah, that's jailbreak community, and we should definitely pay more attention to that, Apple.
Mm-hmm. But don't take our podcast off iTunes. That happened to another iDownloadBlog.com. They have a Let's Talk Jailbreak podcast, and theirs got taken off iTunes because I think it was because they had jailbreak in the title of the podcast.
That's probably why.
Like, that would make sense, but I don't think Apple listens to... There's no way they can listen to every podcast that goes up.
I'm pretty sure it was just the title.
Yeah. So hopefully that won't happen to us.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some iOS 8.4 news?
Sure.
So iOS 8.4 Beta 3 came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and there's just been nothing on it since. So the word on the street right now from, I think, 9to5Mac is the person or website who broke this article. I think that they said that iOS 8.4 is either coming or being announced at WWDC, which is just in a week, or it's going to be available sometime in June. So, tying that into the message bug, I assume that there's going to be a fix for the messaging bug when iOS 8.4 comes out, but I could be wrong. I mean, I guess they could still do an 8.3 minor update like 8.3.1, but at this point, when WWDC is a week away, unless they release it like tomorrow or Wednesday, I doubt that there's going to be anything.
Is the betas, did you say they're already out, or you're waiting for a beta to come out?
The 8.4 beta is out already. It has the new music app.
I think it could come out at WWDC. Has that happened before?
I don't know if they've done that recently. And I guess that'd be weird because they're gonna announce iOS 9 beta at WWDC.
So like, I like for it to come out after that, after they're already talking about the iOS 9 betas would be kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens, or maybe they'll even just release it like that day without making any mention of it, or I don't know.
I mean, maybe they could open it up with, guys, we're releasing the beta. Tim Cook will come out on stage, right?
Yep.
He'll be like, "Thank you," and then he'll say, "We're releasing it. Oh, we have one more thing.
We are giving developers the iOS 8.4 beta now."
There you go.
Give it to me now.
Sam couldn't have said it any better.
I love Tim Cook. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny. I love the way when his voice cracks when he's just so excited to say something.
He is. He was so excited. We need to have even the same amount of jokes as last year. Like,
yeah, please.
Last year's WWDC was like the best Apple conference I've ever seen. And
Beautiful Buttery Scrolling with Craig Federighi.
Oh gosh, that quote, man. And the toxic hell stew of vulnerabilities.
They kicked butt last year.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I hope that this year's WWDC lives up to last year's or better. I hope it's not like, oh, well, we've got a few things. I hope that they get some energetic people. Like, I feel like Craig Federighi is really good at
he's really good.
engaging the audience. And then they have, I think his first name is Kevin. He's not super good at public speaking yet. He's the guy, like, apparently he's like the brains behind the Apple Watch, though.
Oh, really?
And he's not super good at public speaking yet. I'm trying to find his last name. His name is Kevin. Let me scroll down. Kevin Lynch. That is it. He's got like circular-ish glasses, and he's working on it, I guess. But
yeah.
It's just not there yet. So
they should just stick with the people who are good with it already. Like Craig Federighi, Phil Schiller's pretty good.
Yeah, I like him a lot. And then
that would be awesome if Johnny Ive could come up there too.
Gosh. Oh, we need to talk about this. Did you hear about his new position at Apple?
No, what happened?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was talking to Lauren about this today. Lauren Cox on Twitter. Here, let me search it on 9to5Mac. He got promoted to a position where apparently he's not going to be doing as much as he was before.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, this is pretty huge news. I'm trying to find it. So his new quote promotion is Chief Design Officer.
What was he before?
Senior Vice President of Design. So there's two people coming under him.
That sounds worse, like his new title. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's two people going under him.
Sounds like he would be doing more work now.
Yeah, so there's a guy named Richard Howarth who's going to become the Vice President of Industrial Design and focus on hardware. And then there's Alan Dye, which is going to be the VP of UI.
So who's taking his his actual old position?
I have a feeling that the way I understand it is that those two are splitting it, and
is it splitting it, and then
and he's more like an overseer, if
Yeah,
I
an
understand.
overseer in charge. Well, I mean, he's good at doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with him. The only time we ever see anything about him is in the white videos when they
Yeah,
announce
I
a new
know.
product.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
I don't.
know.
He doesn't have a Twitter. He doesn't have a website. Doesn't have
Doesn't
a
have a
blog.
Twitter?
No, that I know of.
That's weird.
So it's weird. I
Soon
don't
he's
know.
gonna disappear and nobody's gonna remember.
Gosh, I hope not. I mean, he's just so talented. Like, yeah, he could just do so much. But we'll have to see. Time will tell. Maybe he'll come up on WWDC for his new position or something. Gosh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be so cool. But yeah. So 8.4 is gonna have the new music app.
Yep, it's pretty nice. And if you want to check out a video, I'll leave it linked down below in the show notes if you're interested.
Sweet. So iOS 9 is gonna be the big thing at WWDC. We've
Yes.
talked about it kind of before, but I think the biggest new thing, besides it being more stable, is the rootless security.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
And we really don't know a lot about this yet because it's still a rumor. We don't even know if this is going to be in iOS 9 for sure. But apparently Rootless is going to make some files of the operating system inaccessible or modifiable even if you have top level administrative root access, whatever you want to call it.
If you have administrative abilities, if you have root access, the funniest way to put it is that if you have root access, you can't access the root.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
You can't access root files with root access. That's not even fair. It's with the highest level, you can't. That we're getting to a point now where only it's the technology itself has higher privileges than the user.
And that's a problem.
And that's a problem.
It's a big problem. So yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Apparently it's going to be challenge. I mean, in the post from 9 to 5 Mac, I know we talk about them a lot, but they've been going crazy with these exclusive stories about like iOS. They have a new one like every 2 or 3 days with something breaking about iOS 9, which is crazy. And Mark Gurman has these sources that are just off the hook.
Really?
Yeah.
And people are freaking out about this rootless thing too. And especially the jailbreak community, questioning will a jailbreak even be able to be achieved on iOS 9 with this new security function. Now, granted, nobody has an iOS 9 beta yet, so they don't know how extensive this stretch is, this rootless thing. But once they get their hands on a beta, they'll be able to determine. Assuming pretty fast if it's going to be detrimental or not.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad. We'll just have to see because a lot of people were worried about it, but at the same time, the last 3 jailbreaks that have come out, so I guess 1 Taiji and 2 Pangu haven't needed root access to work. So hopefully that'll be good news. Hopefully we can continue forward and it won't be an issue whatsoever, but it's definitely a little bit scary when you hear it's going to be a heavy blow to the jailbreak community and it's not even out yet. I mean, that's obviously the intention here other than improving security of extensions and a few other things.
Right. And then, nobody knows this is going to happen, but if it does seem detrimental and it would be super hard to achieve an iOS 9 jailbreak, we could see an 8.3 jailbreak, or 8.4 jailbreak happen sooner. Because they would be worried about iOS 9.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe during the summer we're going to see. I mean, I'm going on a gut feeling here. I have a feeling that we're going to see a jailbreak this summer for iOS 8.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know what happened last year with Pangu. I mean, it's just looking at Twitter. Oh, middle of the day on a Tuesday, just completely random. Pangu released an untethered jailbreak for 7.1.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Like, people didn't know who Pangu was. People are like, wait, what are these guys? We trust these people? What is this? Like, and it was legit. Like, so
yeah,
you could just see another new team just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's always that chance. I'm excited, though. I hope we see one. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Some other tidbits on iOS 9 that I wanted to talk about for a second are focus on stability, like you mentioned just before, the rootless security. It's supposed to be super stable, and I think we've talked about this before, but it's going to be good stability-wise. That's what the whole promise is here. So I hope that they stay true to that. I mean, I want it to be stable. Not that I think iOS 8.3 is unstable, because 99% of the time it's perfectly fine, but every once in a while something will lag or it won't work right. But, I mean, in general, you can go ahead.
Hopefully it'll get rid of some of those errors or everyday, like, you know, things that have slipped under the door and we just are used to. Like, you know, just like small little complaints that we have forgotten about, that we don't even remember that are wrong with iOS. Like, I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, just like little annoyances, little things.
Yeah, little annoyances that, like, you don't remember all the time unless it, you know, it's actually, like, bothering you every day, like something like that.
Like the messages bug, like that could probably be a pretty big problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really hope that they fix some of these little bugs, because they are annoying when they happen.
Yeah.
Here's another tidbit that was just recently discovered. Supposedly iOS 9 and the new version of OS 10 is going to have the Apple Watch font, which is San Francisco.
Yeah.
Do you know what that looks like?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought... I'm not sure what it looks like.
I don't know how to explain it.
I really like the current font.
I like Helvetica Neue as well, but apparently some people don't like it, so they're changing it to San Francisco, which is definitely more, I want to say more rounded than Helvetica Neue. I mean, I think Helvetica looks great, but I mean, San Francisco, I'm sure is going to look just as good, if not better. I don't know what to think about it. I'll have to see what it looks like in practice. Then,
what does Yosemite have?
Yosemite is Helvetica Neue as well.
Yeah, I really like Helvetica.
I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I don't like, if some people I think the complaint is that it's hard to read. Like, I don't get that at all. Like, it's in UI, it's not like a book. So I don't really get what's wrong with Helvetica, but you know,
I don't know.
Apparently there is something wrong with it.
Someone doesn't like it. Maybe Johnny Ive.
Yeah.
We can move on to some more iOS 9 stuff if you want. I'm just on a 9to5 Mac article. They have a ton of stuff. There's supposed to be a home app, which is going to incorporate a bunch of things like home automation that you can control from your phone and use Siri. There's going to be transit embedded directly in the Maps application. There's going to be, this one's cool, dual app viewing mode on the iPad.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be there like in iOS 8. Wasn't it? And they scrapped it.
Yeah, it's in the frameworks of the operating system, as far as I remember. I think they might have taken it out, but it was definitely there in the beta. I clearly remember seeing something. So I'm really hoping that this comes true. I mean, that'd be so cool, like watching YouTube and being able to type something on your iPad.
Yeah.
Apple way. Especially
on the iPad Air, like, besides any other device, just because of the just large screen real estate.
The 9-10-inch screen. Yeah, that'd be so cool. I'm looking at it right now. It would be really cool. I'm excited to see that. I will definitely be making a standalone video on that if that comes out, which I hope it does.
Yeah.
That would be super cool. Other than that, we've got a few other like UI details. There's supposed to be that Siri UI that's on the Apple Watch.
I like that. The one thing that's already always made me upset with the Siri UI is that they got rid of the button for Siri, like, on the screen. And I understand why. when people would use Siri, they'd like click they wouldn't know how to use it. Like it would start going, and then they'd like click it, so it stopped, and then they would talk. It's like, no, you did it wrong. Click the button again, and then they'd like double click it, and it's like, oh my god. So the Apple knew that, and they got rid of the button, and it was a lot simpler for stupid people. I'm sorry, but that always really made me angry when people didn't know when it was going. It clearly lit up when it was on. But now, like, you can't stop it from listening. Like, that made me angry is, like, when you're done talking, if other people are talking, it'll pick it up. And then it's like, no, I want the button there so I can tell it when it's done. When it's done needing to listen to me. And now I can't do that. And this new UI, it looks really awesome, but I still want the button.
Yeah, I think that'd be a welcome change as well. Maybe they'll add that back in, but I don't know. Because there really isn't a button on the UI of the Apple Watch with the like color waves.
Yeah, so, but the color waves do look really nice.
Yeah, I'm super excited. That would look so good on an iPhone. And hopefully an iPad as well.
Yeah.
Our last change that we're going to talk about today is that we have details about a, quote, blue-green wallpaper. We know nothing else about it, what designs, if it's going to be shapes, geometric, Google-like design, Apple-esque design with a wave. It's just that it's going to be a blue-green wallpaper.
iOS 8 was pretty good, but nothing has beat iOS 4's, in my opinion.
Was that the bubbles?
Yeah, it had like the drops of water on like the blue.
That was it.
Bluish background thing. I really liked that.
I like the default iOS 6 one, like the wave, just like the blue wave one. But I also liked.
Yeah, that one was okay, but the quality of it wasn't
perfect.
Super great. Yeah.
Yeah.
The original iPads was pretty good too.
Yeah, I love the Space Mountain wallpaper from the iOS 8 Golden Master that shipped with the new iPhones. The blue,
I like that one.
The blue, I guess this year, wasn't it kind of like an undersea?
Well, that was what iOS 8 was originally going to be, and they changed it to the space one.
Yeah, they usually...
a lot better.
For sure, yeah. The space one, I love whenever Apple does a space wallpaper. Just looks so cool. But I actually found out this isn't even their photo. They bought the rights to this from some guy who took it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like this wasn't actually an Apple photographer.
Well, I mean, I don't think they took the pictures of, the
the galaxy. That's true. No, they just shot Steve Jobs up there with an iPhone 4.
Yeah, they sent up their radars or their space probes, with all the money they have. So.
Yeah, but I think that's cool. I like the wallpaper on iOS 8 a lot. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good one.
And yes, Dem Waltz, we are going to talk about Windows 10.
Oh, did somebody ask? I don't even have the page
did. So yeah, Windows 10's gotten a lot of news recently, and the release date has supposedly been set July 29th, and they're being serious about that. On my Windows 8 desktop, a little window in my toolbar says it has the Windows logo. It says "Get Windows 10," and when I click on it, I reserved my copy for Windows 10. So I'm super excited. The UI it looks so much nicer and cleaner, and the icons are going to match the simplistic design. Like, even though I don't like simplistic design, it may at least make continuity throughout your entire operating system, and they're doing that. They're like the start menu hybrid with the tiles and the stuff on the left. It looks nice, so I'm ready for Windows 10.
I'm very excited.
Maybe like a review on it or something, but yeah.
Gosh, it looks so nice. Just the screenshots I've seen, even the wallpapers, they just look gorgeous.
Yeah.
The UI I'm not going to lie. I want to try it out. I want to get it. I definitely don't want to do my creative like editing and recording on the PC, but gosh, I'm not going to lie. They're coming, they're hitting hard with this one. They're going somewhere.
Definitely. They know that people didn't like Windows 8 for whatever reasons, and they're trying to do a half and half of making the people who liked Windows 8 happy and making the people who liked Windows 7 happy. And if you like Windows XP, leave No.
Uninstall Windows.
And Vista, what's that called? That didn't exist. What are you talking about?
Gosh, Vista. That got a lot of hate.
I had Vista on my first computer, and I ran that for like 4 years. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know like everybody's complaints with it. I was like, "Whoa, what's wrong? What's wrong with it? I'm using it all the time."
Yeah, Vista. It got a lot of hate. I don't even know what was wrong with it. I think it was buggy or something, but
I think it was just buggy. What the problem was in Windows 7, like the UI didn't look that much different. So like I didn't understand why people went crazy over it. But when I went back to when I got Windows 8 and went back to Windows 7, I noticed way more similarities between 8 than 7 and Vista. So
yeah, I don't even think I owned a computer with anything higher than XP before we got Macs.
That was our first computer. But yeah, so I'm excited for Windows 10. I thought it was going to be in like September, so I think that's where around where the HoloLens is supposed to launch. But yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited.
Yeah.
For Windows 10 WWDC. It's gonna be a fun couple months here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
this is gonna be good.
Definitely.
It's gonna be a good summer.
Tech stuff. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we want to thank you for listening to this episode. I think that about wraps it up. If you guys enjoyed listening, feel free to leave a review on iTunes, and we would really appreciate it. And if you don't want to leave a review, and you can just leave a rating, just go ahead and I have a link down below. Just click on the review section of the podcast, and hopefully you'll be able to leave a review. You'll be able to leave a review, no problem. I'm trying to load up the reviews for the podcast. I've been trying this for like 2 minutes now, and for whatever reason, it's not loading. Never mind, we don't have any new ones. I don't think so. Oh, wait, we have one from April 17th. April 17th. Did we read this one?
I think we did, yeah.
There's also another one.
Like rate or something like that.
There's also another one from February 8th that I don't remember seeing last week.
What does it say?
It's great, but I don't remember reading this second line.
No, you read that one. I don't know if you read the April 20 whatever one.
The one that says I love listening to these.
What?
The one from a DC Apple YouTube channel says I love listening to these. They are very informational.
Okay.
And I always learn a lot. Keep it up. I don't remember reading that.
Awesome.
So
no, me either.
Yeah, thanks a lot for leaving that review. Sorry if you left it on February and we just saw it now. I just saw it, and I feel like I check kind of frequently. And then we read the great one last week. So thanks a lot for leaving reviews, guys. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely leave some reviews. And we'll read them. We really look at these and take your feedback. So, and also, if you ask questions, we will try to get to them. Yeah,
definitely. So leave any questions. We have to wrap it up now, but for future, if you guys have any questions and we're live streaming the show, follow Jake at Agent Revelation on Twitter or me at iUpdateOS, and you'll know when we're live streaming.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Jake, until next time. I know you got to get going because you got a lot of stuff to do tonight. But I will talk to you later, man. Thanks for joining me.
See you later, Sam.